ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಡ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, there was some, I could not log in properly. Okay. So we were discussing about the slurry seal in our last discussion yesterday. Now let us discuss the another thin layer or what is called the fog spray for maintenance. Hello, maintenance of the payments, right? Any issues? Hello?
The screen is not
Sir,
visible.
PPT screen is not visible, sir.
Not visible. Okay, one second. Now? Hello?
No, sir.
Now also,
No,
sir.
sir.
Not visible.
No, sir.
Now? Is it visible now?
No, sir, now it's coming, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. So now let us discuss another mix used for maintenance of the payments. What is called fog spray. Yesterday we were discussing about the slurry seal. A similar mix used for maintenance. Some kind of other mix used for maintenance is fog spray. You may have to remember or know that all this slurry seal, fog spray are not widely used in our practical maintenance works. The road agency engineers are not using this widely. They're supposed to use this, but they're not that familiar or probably not using this slurry seal or whatever, even this fog spray. But the thin layers, what we discussed, they are used. The CGPS is widely used. Again, surface dressing was not is not widely practiced. Maybe 15-20 years back, it was widely used. Now the widely used thin layer, at least in Karnataka, if at all if they are using, is that CGPS, mixed seal surface, and micro surfacing. As I said, it is very new, not has become practice here now yet in the country. The fog spray is a very light application of low viscosity bitumen emulsion for the purpose of sealing cracks less than 3 mm wide. Fog spray is the low viscosity bitumen emulsion used for sealing the cracks of less than 3 mm width. So what is this fog spray does? It reduces the loosening of chips by traffic on a newly finished surface dressing or any other surface layer. The material used for fog spray is SS1, slow setting 1, SS1H, which may meets this ASTM D977 requirements. If this is not available, the specification says the CSS1H can also be used if this is not available, but again this should meet this ASTM D2397 requirements. So we can see a video of this fog spray. I'll play that. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
See how fog spray is practiced. As I said, not widely, not here we people are using, but these are all very good maintenance activities one should practice for maintaining the payments as a preventive maintenance measure. So unfortunately, slurry seal, fog spray are not widely practiced. Not widely, not even practiced, I believe. See the emulsion spraying machine. The pavement below is highly oxidized, the surface layer, and they are spraying this emulsion, slow setting emulsion. Right? It enhances the life, it seals the surface, it seals the cracks of smaller width. Right? So this is fog spray, mechanized spray. So this before using this emulsion, the emulsions is diluted with 1 part of emulsion to 1 part of water. Alternatively, this type of emulsions also can be used, A140 or K140, which complies BS43 requirements, British Standard 43 requirements. These emulsions, whatever these emulsions we use, should have lower viscosity, and in case if you use these emulsions, A140 or K140, they are more they are rapid setting emulsions, and these emulsions need not be diluted. So because they are low viscosity, they should be used as soon as possible after delivery. They should not be stored for a long time. Immediately you see the emulsion, it should be used for application. Suppose if the application is not done immediately, quickly, then drums, whatever the emulsions stocked in drums, they should be rolled before use, so that the coagulation all will not happen. So before using any emulsion comes in drums. So these emulsion drums are to be rolled so that the water and the emulsion mix together and avoids any coagulation. So that is very, very important activity before using any emulsion, irrespective of the type. So the fog spray shall not take place when the temperature is below 10 degrees centigrade, or during dusty or windy conditions, or even when it is raining. Right? So these conditions, the fog spray is not to be applied, not to be carried out. So these are some of the construction operations for fog spray. The equipment we use should be a self-profiled towed bitumen pressure sprayer, similar to the one we have seen in the video. This machine equipment should comply the requirements of the IRC manual for construction and supervision of bituminous works. In your free time, you please refer. This is a wonderful manual for construction and supervision of bituminous works. They have specified the equipment's requirements. The spray bar, whichever is used for spraying the emulsion, the equipment should be protected from gusts of wind by means of a hood. So equipment we have to use, of course, need to be calibrated. And preparation of surface is the next step on which the surface on which we're going to spray this fog emulsion. So this fog spray should be applied on a thoroughly cleaned surface, cleaned using compressed air or even scrubbers. The cracks shall be cleaned with the pressure air jet to remove all dirt and dust. So once the surface is prepared, the receiving surface is prepared, cleaned properly, then comes the application of the emulsion. And this emulsion is applied, fog spray is applied at the rate of 0.5 to 1 liter per meter square area using the equipment such as pressure tank, flexible hose, and spray bar. If specified in the contract or ordered by the engineer in charge, the fog spray shall be blended with graded grit of 3 mm size. Grit means the small chips, what is called the small size crushed aggregate pieces, right? So this fog spray can be mixed with this 3 mm size chips chips coated with about 2% of emulsion by weight. This pre-coated grit, the chips shall be allowed to be cured for at least 1 week so that they become non-sticky and can be sprayed easily. So if you want, you can spray this 3 mm grit size material along with the emulsion. Only thing is the 3 mm graded grit should be pre-coated with emulsion 1 week before spraying so that they become non-sticky. That also can be done. Then comes quality control during the fog spray. The materials quality should be carried out as per the section 900 of the MORTH specification. Do you have MORTH soft copy, 5th revision?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go through that. Only one man is telling. Yes, others are. What about others? Do you have?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Open section 900. There it is clearly mentioned. Though I have now and then for each topic I tell what are the tests to be carried out. So you can go through this section 900. They tell what are the quality control tests to be carried out during the construction activities. Section 900. So during construction, needless to say, the arrangements for the traffic are to be made. The surface should not be open to the traffic for 24 hours after spraying. This is a tricky issue. We cannot block the road for 24 hours. This is because that if the traffic is allowed, the materials will get picked up by the wheels. So totally, fog seal is designed to coat, protect, or regenerate the existing oxidized bitumen binder. Right? It regenerates. It gives a fresh look for the surface, as you have seen in the video. The oxidized pavement, and once the spraying occurs, it looks fresh. So it seals the coat, seals the layer, bottom layer. It improves the waterproofing of the receiving surface, reduces the aging, lowers the permeability, and to renew an old bituminous surface which has become dry, brittle, hungry, this fog seal can be used effectively. And fog seal, as said, it can be used to seal the cracks of width lesser than 3 mm. And also to seal the small surface voids. And this also prevents, Fox seal also prevents the raveling, right? Chipping of the aggregates by traffic, right? Of the surface dressing layer. So these are some of the applications of the Fox seal, advantages of using Fox seal. But there again, there are some limitations for the Fox seal. They are not useful as seal coats. They are not useful as seal coats on closely graded surface. If it is a open graded layer, something like mixed seal surface, surface dressing, chip carpet, this can be effectively used. But for a closely graded surface like mixed seal surface or close graded mixed seal surfacing or any dense graded surface layers, this Fox seal is not useful without the addition of chips in that, because otherwise if you just spray Fox seal, that may create a slippery surface, right? So for that reason, if you add the grits, the chips, you get a non-skiddy surface. So that is one limitation. The Fox seals not to be used on a rubberized asphalt concrete surface or polymer modified mixes unless the pavements are 5 years old, as these binders age at a different rate. See, many times, as you know, we use modified binder also, polymer modified bitumen or crumb rubber modified bitumen for the surface layers, bituminous concrete layers. So on such layers, this Fox spray is not generally recommended unless the pavement is old. The application of Fox seals is also limited by weather. It should be ensured that the emulsion should fully cure before the freezing conditions are encountered. That is one limitation. This Fox seal applied in the winter have less time to penetrate the pavement. So they are more prone to cause slicky surface conditions. Suppose let's say in winter season you are applying Fox spray, the emulsion needs some time to penetrate into the voids or into the cracks, but the season do not allow because it is winter. Because it will not get penetrated into the surface cracks, it sets in the top only, surface only, but that cause the skiddy surface or slicky surface condition. So that is another limitation, spraying the Fox spray in the winter season. This over the application of Fox seal results in pickup of the bitumen by the vehicles. That is another limitation. So whatever the emulsion that you spray on the surface, that gets picked up by the vehicles of the wheels, causing a slippery surface. Especially when excess bitumen is applied, you have to apply the sand also. Light application of sand, fine sand is also to be applied, right? That is, these are some of the limitations of the Fox spray, Fox seal. So, but definitely, whatever be the limitations, advantages, definitely this is one of the just a preventive maintenance activity used for bituminous layers, and we should practice, whether it is slurry seal or Fox spray, we should practice. Unfortunately, we are not practicing in our country. Right? You can see the another. Then comes the crack sealing. Another maintenance activity that we do for the asphaltic pavements is crack sealing. Name itself indicates it is for sealing the cracks. See this video, how crack sealing is done. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Crack sealing is one of the preventative measures NCDOT uses
This is crack
to
sealing.
extend the life of our state's roads. It's a simple and effective way to ensure that our roads last longer and remain safe for travel. When it rains or snows, water can get underneath the pavement and cause cracks, potholes, and other dangerous driving conditions for motorists. In fact, the most destructive element to our roads is water. Sealing cracks will keep water from deteriorating the pavement. It also extends the life of our roadways by 3 to 5 years. As seasons and temperatures change, pavement expands and contracts, and in return, cracks expand and contract along with it. To prevent the cracks from getting bigger and causing further damage, NCDOT uses a rubber material to seal the cracks. The seal bonds to the edges of the crack walls and moves just as the pavement moves, keeping the water from getting under the base and subbase layers of the road. However, before sealing the cracks, crews must take several essential steps to ensure the seal is properly applied and that it will effectively prevent any further road damage. Crack preparation and proper application are essential to this process. Before the sealant can be applied to the roads, the cracks must be cleaned so that they are free of all debris to better the chances of the sealant working as intended. To do that, crews use a tool called a hot air lance. This device uses compressed air heated at temperatures exceeding 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. It blows on the cracks to clean and dry them out. The sealant needs a clean, dry surface for the material to bond with the cracks. Once the cracks are clear, crews can begin applying the sealant to the road. NCDOT uses rubberized asphalt as a sealant. The material comes in blocks and must be melted to around 370 degrees Fahrenheit before it can be applied to the road. Crack sealing machines heat the asphalt into a liquefied form, which is applied to the cracks with a hose and wand. Once the material is applied, crews will spray the seal with Glenzoil, a soapy water designed to keep drivers from picking up any of the sealant on their tires as they pass through a work zone. Crack sealing is a very cost-friendly way to keep good roads in good condition. By making these inexpensive fixes regularly, we keep North Carolina's roads safe and well-maintained while avoiding costly repairs further down the road. Crack sealing takes place throughout the state from October 1st through March 31st. The next time you find yourself driving through a work zone, remember to slow down, pay attention, and drive carefully.
So that's the video about the crack sealing. You may be, yes, just to remind you the discussions we had, all the slurry seal, the thin layers, the fog spray, crack sealing, all these maintenance activities are carried out to extend the life of the pavement, extend the life of the pavement. Number one. Number two, it differs, it gives some cushion time so that you can take the activities, you are strengthening, maintain further major maintenance activities. You can differ maybe by 1 month, by 6 months or 1 year or so. So that is the biggest advantage of doing all this. Apart from extending the life, giving the good riding surface, you get some cushion time so that whatever the major maintenance activities that you need to carry out, that you can defer by 1 or 2 years or even 6 months or so. So that is the biggest advantage of all these maintenance activities. And it saves a lot of money. Unless you do these maintenance activities, costs shoot up by the time you carry out your scheduled activities, major maintenance activities. So you can save a lot of money also, apart from the appreciation from the public. So crack sealing, you may be these cracks in the bituminous surface occurs in many forms, varying from hairline cracks to wider cracks, ranging from less than 1 mm to more than 6 mm or even more. The large or the bigger cracks may not always be corrected by this crack sealing using bitumen emulsion, right? So this crack sealing is not a viable option, good option, or not to be used for the bigger cracks. So there are different types of cracks: alligator cracks, edge cracks, reflective cracks, shrinkage cracks, slippage cracks, linear cracks. All these things we'll discuss when you come to the third semester in detail, when I discuss about the maintenance, payment iteration and evaluation. For time being, what you should know is know is there are different types of cracks and there are different reasons why these cracks do occur on our pavement. But before going into the detail, this crack sealing, we should know some important aspects. If crack results from the deflection beneath the pavement surface, it is always doubtful that sealing of cracks by emulsion will be a good solution, long-lasting solution. So that means if there are fatigue cracks always tensile cracks, fatigue crack, alligator cracks, they always originate from the bottom. So in such situation, the crack sealing may not be a long-lasting solution. The best time for sealing the cracks is as soon as it develops. As the moment you see the cracks on the surface, this crack sealing should be carried out so that it retards the widening of the crack, right? So crack sealing always to be done at the earliest as possible. The failure of sealing the cracks properly lead to the further and more severe pavement damage due to water intrusion. So if crack sealing is not done the moment cracks are appeared on the surface, what happens subsequently? The crack widens and more distress occur on the pavement surface. So always we have to seal the cracks. And the sealing of cracks with emulsion is always a simple and inexpensive method. As I said, the sealing of cracks can delay or even postpone the major maintenance activities scheduled for the pavement. Before, as you have seen in the video, before this crack sealing, the loose materials in the crack should be blown out using compressed air. In the video, I have seen hot compressed air. So if not hot compressed air, at least we should use the compressed air to remove all the loose material before carrying out this crack sealing operation. The left out foreign material, the dust and such particles in the cracks, removed by air blowing or even by using steel wire brush, or even both compressed air and wire brush, both. For small and medium cracks less than 6 mm width, as I said, it is always difficult to seal the cracks using crack sealing operation. Crack sealing operation. For larger cracks, SS2 grade emulsion mixed with sand should be forced into the crack until it is about 3 to 6 mm from the surface, right? So emulsified sand or sand coated with emulsion should be used for sealing the cracks of width ranging from 3 to 6 mm, right? Or even we can use bigger than 6 mm also. But what is to be done here? You should force this sand emulsion, sand coated with emulsion into the crack at least to a depth of 3 to 6 mm. After the curing of emulsion, the finish sealing may be carried out for the remaining depth by light application of dry sand so that the vehicles do not pick up the material. Am I clear there? If there is a bigger crack, you fill that crack using the sand coated with emulsion. That means the sand coated with emulsion should be forced into the crack to a depth of 3 to 6 mm. Right. Once that is done, the top portion we have to seal that with dry sand. So what is the advantage? The vehicles do not pick up the sand. If it is emulsion coated sand, the vehicles will pick up that sand. So put the light application of dry sand over that forced sand coated with emulsion. So the recommended bitumen emulsion grade to be used for crack sealing is SS2 or any equivalent. The pressure distributor or sprayer may be used for the application of bitumen emulsion. So these are some of the recommended criteria for crack sealing depending upon the width of cracking. So crack sealing 5 to 19 mm, crack filling 5 to 25 mm. So if there is a edge deterioration like spalling or secondary cracks, it is less than 25% of the crack length to be sealed, less than 50% of the crack length to be filled. So for all this, you can use this crack sealing for all these type of cracks, reflective cracks, edge cracks, thermal cracks. So that's about the crack sealing. Any clarification at this point? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Others, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who is that? Karthik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then comes the sand seal, another type of maintenance activity, preventive maintenance activity that we carry for bituminous surfaces. So this sand seal is a spray application of bitumen emulsion followed by light cover of fine aggregates such as clean sand or screenings. What is that? We spray the sand, we spray the emulsion, and above the emulsion sprayed surface, you spray the sand or screenings. So cold mix sand seal can be useful in correcting number of surface defects. All these emulsions, rapid setting 1 type, medium setting, found medium setting emulsions, all these can be used in the rate of 0.7 to 1.25 liters per every square meter. So much quantity of emulsions are to be used. This is followed by the application of sand. Once you spray the emulsion on the surface after cleaning, then you spray the sand at the rate of clean sand at the rate of 5.5 to 12 kg per square meter, right? Sand or screenings over the emulsion sprayed surface. In some locations, sand seals are used when good sources of aggregates for chip seals are not available. So sand is not difficult. Generally, we use screenings only, if at all, if you want to use. If you cannot find sand, then natural sand you can use. That's grit or stone chippings. These are the primary applications of sand seal. These are the sand seal will help the prevent of loss of material from the old surface by traffic due to the abrasion, prevent the intrusion of moisture. When an existing pavement surface begins to crack, moisture may pass into underlying pavement structure, thereby reducing its load-bearing capacity. Develop a skid-resistant surface structure by selecting sharp and angular fine aggregate. A high skid-resistant surface can be provided. So that's all about the various preventive maintenance activities that we carry out mainly for bituminous surfaces: slurry seal, fog spray, crack sealing, right? All these activities need to be carried out for the advantages we get by carrying out these activities. So I am closing down on these topics, the discussions. For any clarifications, uh, please let us know. Any clarifications? Any clarifications, please? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I
clear.
audible?
Audible, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Audible.
Yes,
Any clarifications, please? Are you following? Am I going fast?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So